My name is Amanda Victoria. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Siponey. I've been in wine and spirits for as long as I can remember. I'm a very proud Latina. Becoming a minority in a bigger industry, in a leadership role, it's all very much intertwined and connected. My background comes from whiskey originally. Whiskey was my first love. In 2005, I was drinking old fashions before they were back in fashion, if you will.
Amanda had a long and illustrious background in spirits industry. This was also about the same time that there was the big hard seltzer boom. So I started asking if she could make a high quality product in a can. And we did.
Siponey has 4 ingredients. It's very simple. We use a beautiful 4-year-old aged dry whiskey coming from upstate New York. We agitate the whiskey just the perfect amount with a little touch of honey, fresh lemon juice, real actual lemons. It settles into this beautiful whiskey spritz in a can. Because we weren't going to use any of these fillers or synthetic ingredients or processed sugars or anything like that, it was so important to have this whiskey that would stand alone.
We have always sourced all honey within 150 miles of where we produce in upstate New York. I really identified honeybees as the way to improve the climate, that we can all help honeybees and improve the climate.
When I talk about Siponey, I often talk about our beautiful mission outside of the can and our beautiful ingredients inside of the can.
We will always make sure to do the right thing as far as giving back to environmental causes, primarily to save honeybees. It's not easy. From the very start, it was just Amanda and I. We didn't have any support from any friends, any family, any institutional support, any outside investors. It was just her and I with a dream.
The loneliness of being a Latina founder meant for me not speaking about my culture for a long time. Oftentimes my story and where I came from was beyond second fiddle. It was something that I just didn't talk about. The opportunity to bring more Latinx people into the fold, into this industry, in the US specifically, is huge. Very early on in the ideation process of Siponey, we had to have a hard conversation. I remember specifically sitting on the couch with my co-founder, and we decided, are we going to be all in on this? Or are we going to quit now because it's not possible to do what we want to achieve commercially?
Getting the ingredients, formulating it, finding the right cans, finding the right way to put it together, picking out the design. There's just so much that goes into something so small.
As a family business, I'm most proud that we are just thriving. I believe that the customer that we are trying to reach deserves better for a cocktail that they can have at home. Having launched Siponey as a new mother in a global pandemic and as a Latina in an industry where there aren't very many Latina founders, the lessons that I've learned specifically, the biggest one is perseverance and the human will to continue to succeed. Being able to tell my daughter, hey, if this is the path you want to go on, this is an opportunity to go on that path. Being able to create an environment in business to show her that if she wanted to be a woman in business, be a Latina in business, this is an opportunity. Mommy did it, so of course you could do it too, and probably better.
It feels wonderful to hold a can of Siponey in my hand. It's such a visceral reaction to know that you built this.
When someone takes a sip of Siponey, I want them to understand that we made this cocktail for them. We made this cocktail with them in mind, with people in mind, with the planet in mind. The legacy is changing the way the world drinks, even if it's just a little bit.